Hey guys, it's Regina. I'm just doing this live stream because somebody I know is going on a really dangerous mission to fight chlamydia. I don't know how long they'll be gone for. You go kick chlamydia's ass, queen. Mwah. Oh my god, Steve, shut up. It's not Stacy.
The Multiverse Collective.
When we left off, we seen the Purd shooting off into deep space. Over these 2 days, everyone has time to sort of reflect on the last 6 months. We'll start with Murphy. As you go into the planet Zorlorn, you can't help but think about the one mission where you messed up and ruined things for the team.
So I feel like during this trip, Murphy's sort of like, he spends a lot of time just like in like the cargo bay, just practicing different arrows and trying to get really, really good with them. Facing some sort of galactic threat is probably not the best time to not know how your shit works. And he's particularly trying his mirror arrow over and over again. And as he does so, he fires another one into the wall and one right next to it, and there's just this like line of arrows along the wall, all at the exact same direction. So if like there was a beam of light to hit at any one of them, they would hit the exact same point on the wall. And as he fires another one in, he sort of uses his driving motivation of thinking back to a time during a fight a couple months back. It was the first time he ever, they were fighting some sort of like, the way I think of it is like some sort of clay man who had like a shield in front of him, and anywhere they tried to hit, it would just put a new shield up and it would just block all of their attacks. So I see like Spencer just basically standing there beating the shit out of this shield but not really making any progress with it. And he gets this idea he runs over to Max and he goes, "All right, Max, I'm going to try something, but you're going to need to aim real good, okay?"
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Just shoot at this arrow when it hits. And he's going to shoot, and he's going to draw an arrow and aim it at a tree at about 45-degree angle, and he's going to shoot. And a convex mirror comes out. He goes, "Okay, hit it."
Got it. Max just like concentrates and like flexes his eye muscles, and a beam of silver light comes streaming out of the mono lens that he wears.
It flies, it hits the mirror perfectly, and then the mirror is actually like curved, so it amplifies it even more. But his angle was off, and the blast instead strikes Spencer.
I think Max, as soon as he sees this, he like turns his eyes off, and he's just like, shit. And he just like flies over to Spencer. I imagine that like this clay man, it has like one arm with a shield and one arm as like some kind of weapon. Mm-hmm. And like as the weapon comes down to hit a prone Spencer, Max like shoots in and like grabs her. But like as he does that, he takes this weapon, and though Spencer is like mostly unharmed, Max like gets a hit to like the side of his body and is like thrown off course and just kind of like falls. I'm doing the thing with my hands. He like falls, and then he like the momentum keeps him going, and he like rolls a bit, and it takes him a good few seconds to get back up.
And Murphy just sort of is still just trying to process exactly what happened, how he missed, and the fact that all of a sudden they're in a much worse predicament now than they were 10 seconds ago before he had this brilliant idea to fuck the entire thing up. And so now he stands there and he fires these arrows and he wants each and every single one to be able to hit exactly the point where it should hit if Max were to hit it with light. And he draws and fires another arrow. I think he uses a flash, like a laser pointer as well, to sort of like double check, make sure everything's working well.
And then we'll move to Spencer, and you're like reflecting on good times of like making a friendship, like bonding with Murphy and Max. The only way you know how, by putting them through a 3-hour workout.
Yeah, you just flash and you see them all doing really deep wall sits. And they're like very clearly at least a minute into it. And Spencer's having a good time and is like trying to hype them up, but is also screaming at them to hold it longer.
Murphy looks like he's been waterboarded for a month.
Yeah.
He's sweating so hard.
Max is just like sitting there shaking, and he's just like, Spencer, I'm pretty sure this is against the Geneva Conventions.
You guys are doing great. 2 more minutes. You've got this.
2 minutes?
Don't give up now. Don't be a fucking baby. 2 more minutes.
I'm a baby.
Then we gotta build up those leg muscles, Murph. It's bad. I didn't want to say anything.
I fired an arrow. It's all upper body for me.
I don't even use leg muscles. I fly.
It's embarrassing, you guys. I need you to not look like fucking dorks when we go out there. We're supposed to be the
that's not gonna
power
happen. I always
rangers.
look like a dork.
Powerful, physically powerful.
I think that's a gross misinterpretation of the word.
I don't think
I
it is.
agree with Murphy.
Minute 30 left. You've got this. See? All you have to do is distract yourselves with bitching, and it's gonna go so much faster.
I mean, that's the one thing I'm kind of good at, so.
This is great, guys. I feel like we're really making progress. This is like a full 2 minutes longer than you lasted last week.
2 minutes longer? It's been a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's my point.
Oh.
Look at that. We're almost at 2 minutes.
Murphy collapsed.
All right, Murph, get back up, buddy. You got this. Come on. Come
My legs,
on.
I can't feel them. I
You
think
can
I'm
do it.
paralyzed.
I believe in you. Get up.
Max like extends a hand, and he's just like, Murph, come on, we can do this together. And he collapses.
Come on, Murph. If you guys don't get up, we have to start over. That's
God.
the rule. Spencer stands up and shakes her legs out and is like, all right, from the top. Come on.
No.
She's laying there looking at both of them.
Zordon,
Just
take
like,
me now.
come on, guys. This is
Yeah,
fun.
you see this workout. This is like the warm up of the workout. Like this is pre-pump. Like you know she's got like decline squats, leg press, calf raises. Then that's like 3 sets of each for 15 reps, and then she's got like right, and then we've got back. No, we're gonna do back.
She has all of the machines with like station 1, station 2 all labeled so that they like are supposed to do like this fun round robin thing, and honestly it just looks like torturous. It's weirdly artsy craftsy. Like she's put a lot of effort into this, and it's clearly designed just to torture everyone.
I think this was the fitness gram pacer test. Oh God, I'd rather do that.
I'm also imagining that because this is the Purd, and it's like, you know, a Power Ranger ship, I imagine that there's like just a shitload of weights. So like the leg press, you know, instead of going up to like the 400 pounds that it does at like a gym, it goes up to like 6 tons.
Yeah, you know, and there's probably like gravity control in the room, so you can make it harder as well. Like Vegeta's gravity training room in Dragon Ball.
Murphy turns it to half grav.
I imagine I'm imagining like a thermostat, and you get to pick like different planets, like planet and, you know, stellar body gravity, and like Murphy and Max are like running in like, you know, Earth gravity, and Spencer's like, all right, that was the easy part, and like flips it to sun.
Murphy
got
just
this, guys.
dies. He's just
Don't
dead now.
Stop. Don't
Flat.
stop.
Come on, it's only 20 times Earth's gravity. There's nothing.
You've got this. Power Rangers. Powerful.
Lovely. Remind me never to go to the gym with Spencer. And then we're going to go to Max. You're reflecting on like the most bonding you did with somebody outside of the Rangers. And it was completely by accident. And it was when Dave from work told Sarah that you live in the slums of Angel Grove, trying to sabotage like your relationship.
Yeah. So I think the way this went down, Max is just like, he starts thinking about it and he's just like, God, I wish I had a better password. Like, I don't know what could have handled it or what I could have done differently. And so essentially what happened was Dave got access to Max's like work account, and sent Sarah like a Teams message of like, hey, you know, for our date tonight, meet at this address. And the address was like, he basically Google Maps Angel Grove, and Dave doesn't even know where Max is from. It was just a lucky guess. He looked in, like he was looking at Angel Grove and he was looking at, or Phoebe Maps, they do everything. They like, he was looking for the most like rundown corner, and it happened to be the community center near Max's house that he works at. And it was also the wrong day too. So Dave's goal was to have Max send this girl to like the wrong part of town. Dave was going to swoop on in and be like, I can't believe that a guy would lead you here and then ditch you. Let's go on a date. But in reality, what happened was it was gumbo night at the soup kitchen. And you see Max is, you know, again, just like serving his community with a smile on his face. And in walks Sarah, looking a little flustered, as this is not usually her neighborhood. And Max like puts down the ladle and he like runs over and he's just like, Sarah, what are you doing here?
You told me to come here.
I did what now?
You sent me a message through the works teams to come and meet you here.
You see Max like pulls out his phone and is just like frantically like looking through, like looking for this message, and he's just like, I didn't send this. I had plans, and he like kind of swipes over to like the Fopen table, if you will, and it shows this like nice, nice Italian restaurant in like close to the downtown. And he's like, no, we were gonna go here tomorrow, but you know what? And I think Max just sighs and he looks around, and I imagine this this commotion is happening in the middle of this like gymnasium, so people are like looking, and Max is just like, okay, you know what? Great, even better. And he just kind of holds out his hands and he's just like, welcome to my extracurricular activity. I don't like to talk about it too much. Just, I don't want to bring people down, but this is me. This is what I do. I know most people live in the apartments that popped up all over downtown near Phoebe, but I'm still kicking it out here in my living with my folks, making sure that they get fed.
You see Sarah smile a little bit. She's like, Max, that's so sweet. I can't believe you don't tell people you do this. It's honestly the nicest thing I've ever heard anybody do, especially nowadays when everybody's always on, Phoebe Prime ordering food, and, these fine people, they can't afford it, and, you're providing them a service, so, you should be proud about that.
You mean you're not embarrassed that I live here? And I think somebody at like the table next to them, when Max says that, he like looks up and he's just like, what do you mean embarrassed by living here? And Max is just like, I'm having a moment. Calm down.
She's just like, no. Why would this be embarrassing? Yeah, it might be run down, but home's home.
I think with that, there's a table of like old church ladies like just eating some soup, and they're just like they just start an applause.
Just like,
Oh, Deirdre, do you remember our youthful days?
So I think Max is just like, you know what? I had this reservation, but I think I have a better idea. And he walks Sarah the couple blocks back to his house to meet his family and have a nice home-cooked meal.
cute. So, after a couple of days of reminiscing on the past 6 months, you turn up at the planet Zorlorn. Are you going to go straight down, or...
I feel like we should like scout the planet out first. Like, we should look. Maybe we can see the thing. And I don't know. Whatever we're fighting can eat planets, right? So we should probably be able to see it from out here.
One would think. One would hope.
You're the boss, Murph.
Oh, don't remind me. Yeah. So I'm gonna like poke at the scanners.
Okay.
With absolutely no knowledge of how they work, just to see if I can find anything.
So you don't really see anything. You see, obviously, like there's life forms picking up on the planet, but there's nothing like in the vicinity close enough to the planet that it would be dangerous.
Well, I mean, I don't see anything. I mean, I guess, you know, they did say we'd be here for a couple months, so maybe the thing just hasn't shown up yet, and this is its eventual path, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. I've never done this before.
I don't know. I feel like that's makes sense to me.
Maybe we should call the talking head dude, see what he's got to say.
Yeah, what sort of... Can we talk to Zordon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna be like, per the big floating head, we have arrived on station and are awaiting orders, sir.
Nice. That was really professional.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I really tried.
Murphy,
Yeah, yes.
whatever your judgment deems to be,
Oh, that's
will
what I
be
didn't want you to say.
correct judgment.
You're really putting a lot of pressure on me, man.
Max looks over at Spencer and he's just like, we were so close.
There was a reason I chose you to be the leader, Murphy. I'm not going to tell you that reason because it's something you have to find out yourself.
Boy, that seems really manipulative, but you know, I guess, okay.
Spencer leans over to Max. I think he just did it arbitrarily and he doesn't want to tell Murphy because he just did it at random.
Oh, yeah.
And Murphy turns around and goes, do you guys think he just did this at random and just sort of arbitrarily? Or
No,
definitely not.
of course not. There's a
You
plan.
earned this.
Come on, he's a big floating head. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you the reasons why I didn't choose the other two, if you like.
I don't know if that would make anybody feel better in this situation. I feel like that would just sort of make a lot of people feel a lot worse about themselves. So let's not do that.
Okay. Well, remember, you have a contact to me on the planet.
We do?
You do.
I feel like you went without telling us a lot of information.
I told you before you had your 3 days that there's an emissary for you to meet on the planet.
Spencer leans over to Max again. I don't remember that, but I wasn't paying attention.
Nothing.
Focusing when he said chlamydia.
No, I was too busy trying to plan a date.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. Good for you, man. Finally stepped up and did it.
Hey, you know what? Worked out.
She claps Max on the back.
Max just like nudges Spencer.
Yeah, shit, sorry.
I imagine it starts out as like a playful nudge that just like gets stronger and stronger until they're like actively just like wailing on each other.
Yeah.
Murphy turns around and goes, hey, get in line, you two soldiers, straight up.
Sorry, Murph.
It's like a cartoon dust cloud and it just like stops.
Yeah.
Spencer wins. Okay, so...
Yes.
She's won every time for the past 5 months.
Do you want to tell her
fucking
no?
stuff it, Matt. Shit, sorry, Max.
That's okay. I get that a lot of work.
So I guess I'll try and get a hold of whoever can you at least tell me who we're supposed to meet?
You'll know once you find him.
Oh, God, you're so unspecific, you dick. All right, purred out. And he hangs up knowing he's not going to get any fucking information out of this motherfucker.
Max leans over to Spencer one more time and he's just like, we did good. We taught him well.
Yeah. That was all us. Look at that. He's got a spine now. Talking back like a real teenager. Hey, Murph, what'd Bobblehead say?
Just imagine Zordon comes back up like, I can hear that, right?
Hey, keep comms clear. So he gave me, I'll be honest, he gave me a whole lot of nothing. I was sort of hoping for some more information from our dude who told us about and gave us all of these crazy superpowers, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't think we can rely on him in the future. I thought he was supposed to be like this big dude who, gave us all the information and, he dropped a bunch of exposition on us and stuff, but like, I don't know. He just sort of pokes at a button and goes, hello?
Poke at the button and it comes back up with Zordon's head.
Nah, shit. No.
Just immediately hangs back up.
Wrong
Oops,
number.
butt dial.
You mess around with the buttons on, like, the dash, I suppose, or the computer at the front of the ship, in the headquarters, I'm going to call it, and you get no radio frequencies coming back. So it's pretty obvious it's going to have to go down to the planet and find this person.
If I was a mysterious contact on a planet I've never been on before, where would I be? There. And he just sort of points randomly at the planet. It's in the middle of an ocean.
Good choice, Murph.
I know.
Great. I see that you've been studying.
All actions have consequences. As he points there, you instantly phase onto an iceberg in the middle of the ocean.
Murphy throws up. And it freezes instantly because it's on an iceberg. Beware that spot. Wait, how do we get back? I didn't mean to do that.
Well, Supreme Leader, you brought us here. Bring us back. I'm cold.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Me too. I point at the ship.
Nothing happens.
Oh no, that's
Look at this. Spencer points at her biceps. This is causing shrinkage. I'm cold.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Wait, Max, you can fly. Can you fly us back to the ship?
Yeah, Max.
Murphy, you brought the keys to the ship, right?
Keys?
Spencer lays down on the ground, face first.
Murphy.
Who has keys to fly a spaceship? Even 1,000 years ago, everything was push button to start. I don't have keys, man.
We've been over this, Murphy. You need to take the fob with you or else it locks.
Oh, I've never owned a car before.
Spencer's screaming face first in the ground, muffled.
Okay, as my first official act of being in charge, I appoint Spencer in charge.
Hard pass, bud.
Oh,
Hard pass.
damn it! I thought that would work.
All right, well, did you see anything else on the map? Like a city, or I don't know, maybe like a imperial palace?
A map. We were looking at the planet through the window.
Yeah, did you see like a big city? I mean, you could see those from the windows.
Did you?
No,
You were
you're the
looking
leader.
at
I was busy getting my affairs in order.
with me. We were next to each other.
I was doing paperwork. One of us needs to be the bureaucrat.
Spencer's the bureaucrat.
I want this.
I think Spencer would sooner eat the paperwork than do it. I am the bureaucrat.
He pulls out his pendant. Maybe if we morph, it'll at least keep us warm for a little bit. And he morphs.
Well, rather that than freeze to death. And Max very, very carefully flips his belt buckle to turn into the Alicanto.
Yeah, Spencer follows suit and morphs, but as she's doing it, you can hear her whisper under her breath, Mr. fucking Dick Twist.
Max, after transforming, he looks down at the fact that he's still shirtless.
Not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. And he just like looks down and he's just like, fuck.
Always has his tits out for no reason.
Beware, children. These things could cut glass.
But Murphy and Spencer feel lovely and warm.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one problem solved. Let's see.
Would I be able to like use my light powers to feel a pull of if I can feel any like major light sources in at least a direction, like ping onto some kind of like light pollution?
Roll and unleash your powers. So roll 2d6 plus freak.
That's gonna be an 8.
Okay, so you can feel the slightest, tiniest pull of light, but it's coming from below the Earth's crust.
Spencer attempts to punch a hole through the crust of the earth.
Wait, we're standing on an iceberg. That seems like a bad idea. We might just fall in.
Got any better ideas? Anything at all?
Max, can you fly in the water?
Well,
You mean swim?
Well, he's got wings, right? I mean, would you consider manta ray flying or swimming? I mean, they kind of fly, right? They have wings.
well, Murphy,
Glide?
that is the $1 million question. I mean, that's the only way. Do we wanna chance it and see what happens?
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, if nothing else, you two will be nice and warm.
Are you not?
You're the one that picked an outfit with your tits out.
Max just like looks at the camera and looks back very slowly.
What's the name of the Phoebe voice? So like we have Siri, we have Alexa. What's Phoebe's named?
Stella.
Stella?
We'll go with
Stella. How long does it take for frostbite to affect the nipples?
You hear a voice come from like inside Max. Fuck it, they implanted him with Stella. Or you see Max's eyes like roll into the back of his head,
Oh, no.
and he's just like, frostbite affects the nippular region in approximately 90 to 100 minutes, depending on climate and wind speed.
Did you just turn into a pervert for a second?
You're gonna be all right, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Max's eyes like roll back in the front of his head, and he's just like, "What happened? There was a second where I was just in a white box, and now I'm back. There was nothing, and now I'm back."
You got a full 90 minutes before you lose your nips. So I feel like we're probably fine. So Murph, what's the plan? You want me to punch through this, or do you want Dick Twist to fly you through the water?
That seems like a bad idea, Noah. Let's not do that one. Let's if we can get back to the ship, maybe we can try again. But it's just do we have like communicators of any sort?
You'd have like the classic Ranger phone, and it goes, you know, the one that goes doot, 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 doot. Every time like there's a mission to go. You'd have one of them.
He takes it out and he goes, so Zordon, I need. Will you offer technical advice?
Yes, Murphy. What do you need?
How do we get back to the ship from teleporting down?
Just press the button on your suit. Did you not test the button on your suit?
We didn't exactly get manuals with these.
Max looks down, notices the
punches
button.
Max in the nuts.
Why? I think Max doubled over, just like without another word, pushes the button on his suit and disappears.
Wait, I didn't see it. Where was the button?
Spencer does the same thing.
That's for you to find out.
For you, Murphy, it's on your wrist.
Oh, and he pushes the button.
Right, you're all back on the ship.
Spencer immediately unmorphs and finds a mirror and is trying to like make sure that her muscles went back to their normal size.
Murphy looks at Max and goes, so things got really weird back there. I feel like an apology is in order. I thought that was where your button was based on previous, testing.
Max is still just like writhing on the ground. He's just like, we've been training for 6 months. You're stronger than you think.
You didn't know where the button was either.
Don't worry, Max. The size will go back to normal.
The swelling will take a couple of days.
A couple of days, bring me back.
You just hear like the flat cut off line tone. It's just like. Doo.
Murphy goes back to the window and goes, okay. And he has like his hands in fists now, so he's not pointing at anything. So apparently it's underground. Did you get a direction other than just straight down? Like, did we nail it on the head? We just didn't go far enough?
Yep. That's about what happened. Look, man, I'm sorry. You really gotta not do that anymore.
Max, I feel like you're being a little bit dramatic. I could really use some help here.
Yeah, Max, come on. Get off the ground.
You wanna see dramatic, you motherfucker?
He's a child, Max.
And Max like weakly tries to like get him back.
So you, an adult man, attempt to punch this actual legal child in the genitals. I'm correct?
Max just like gently steps back out of the way. Okay, that's fair. You have a right to lash out, but we really need to focus right now. We'll deal with this later.
That was sad, man, even for you. We're on a mission.
Max just looks up at Spencer like a tear just like falling down. His face is so red.
She like nudges his limp body with her foot. It's not really comforting, but it's the gentlest touch that she's managed to land on you in months.
Max throws up.
You have more cat litter, right? I'm not cleaning that up.
Okay, gang. We really need to focus here. I think I think we need to do that again, but just go deeper. But that feels like a bad idea to just warp to the bottom of an ocean. Yeah, I think he's gonna try the comms again just to see if he can get in touch with anyone else again. This time, like a little bit more targeted though.
Okay.
Like now that he knows like where people are, he's gonna try and like focus the beam down.
Okay.
A little bit.
You pick up a signal. It doesn't have any sound on it, but it's coming from the inside of a mountain around 70 to 80 miles away from where you last landed.
I mean, considering we were on a planet, I feel like we did pretty close, I mean, that's worth a lot of points on GeoGuessr.
All things considered, you've got a point.
So, can we like lock on to the signal?
Yeah.
To try and warp to it?
Yeah, you can basically triangulate the position.
Yeah. So he's gonna try and do okay, we're gonna go again. Max, you good?
Max very slowly pulls himself up to a knee.
Right is right, kid.
Good job, champ. I'm proud of you. Okay. Warp to the signal location lock. And he's gonna just point.
Okay, so you again end up outside, just at the base of this cliff face on this mountain range. In obviously it's cold, it's dark because the planet's basically in eternal darkness at most points of the day. But the location is only in front of you. You just need to get into that mountain somehow.
Spencer, can you punch it?
I thought you'd never ask. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes, and Spencer morphs and then immediately hauls off.
Okay.
Attempts to punch her way into this mountain.
As you morph, there's no need for you to even punch the mountain, as 3 lights come on the wall in the respective colours for your suits, and a door drops down and opens, like goes into the floor, opening into like a massive hall.
God damn it.
Good job. Good punch.
Punch something. Yeah, thanks, Mark.
Murphy looks at Matt and goes, I guess we should morph too just to be safe. We don't know what we're going into.
Yeah, probably. Good call.
So he morphs as well back to Silver Strix.
Yeah, so does Max.
As you all walk into this hall, lights turn on, and you hear over a tannoy.
Welcome to Zorlorn! I'm glad to see the new Rangers are shaping up.
And that's where we're going to end it.
Hey folks, Editing Kyle here. That's right, that voice you heard was Cameron from the Roaring Trainers podcast. He's going to be joining us for the next 2 episodes. You're definitely going to want to listen to those because holy shit are they funny. So stay tuned, and until then, it's morphin' time.